Hey, welcome back, you guys. Today on Whiskey Throttle, I'm going to try and put that on that. I already did it once with my bigger quad, with the 250 version of this Chinese quad, but this time my kid wants one, so I'm going to try and do a 212 swap on a Chinese quad and then stuff it underneath this body. Hopefully this time we don't have to use power steering because it's so much smaller, but who cares? It's for fun anyways. If you guys are watching, I appreciate you, and thanks for coming back. We're going to get right into this thing. Right now I'm basically just staring at them, trying to figure out width and dimension to figure out, are they going to fit? So, you know, this one, we got this one. Okay, look good. One thing I noticed, the wheelbase is right. It's, are you even on? Oh, you are. All right. So, I've decided that I'm going to use this one, this frame that I've had out in the yard, and I measured them both. This one is 33 inches wide, the Gator is 33 inches wide, and this one is only 29, so the whole frame has to go wider, because I don't want to mess with the suspension. I'm going to cut it basically directly in half. It's the next day. I come in, I look at this, I'm like, shit, it's a lot of work. Morning, anybody else watching? I had an idea last night. I went to the scrap pile and I got the bumper. I think it's either from this quad or it's from the other Chinese quad that we got. And this is the piece that I'm going to use to make the spacers for the frame. Yeah, basically I'm going to add 4 inches everywhere I cut, and we're going to rebuild that front part like right now. And maybe even tack it onto the back. Try and get a rolling chassis so we can start, you know, deciding what to do. So this is what I'm going to use to cut everything up. Or yeah, sorry, this is what I'm going to use. Sorry. This piece of the bumper is the pieces of spacers that I'm going to use to redo the frame and make it 4 inches wider. I also have this piece which I use zip ties so that I can get the lines straight on the, these are the plugs for all the rosette welds that I do on this frame. Because everywhere where I did this, I'm going to rosette everything. quite a while, I got everything welded in. Everything's been rosetted. Our sections of pipe that I put in are all in this and welded back up and then ground smooth. The only thing I didn't catch on camera, because I wasn't really thinking about it, was I had to cut it in certain spots and alter the Chinese frame. Was not, like, they didn't get the square very square. Whatever. So if you ever have to do this, yeah, I had to cut it after, and like this one here, I actually cut it here and bent it out because the spring was hitting, and you can actually see this is on an angle on this side, really harsh. I tried to mimic that a little bit because it was so, like, this is dead straight and this one's on an angle, but if you make them both straight, the springs hit the inside, sorry, the springs hit the inside of the box here. So anyways, I altered the frame a little bit basically to straighten it all out. It's all straight now, as far as I can tell. It might be off by 1/8 of an inch, maybe, which I think I could just bend if we were like attaching the middle to the other half, you know, just pull up on it and tighten it up, and like we're within 1/8 of an inch now. It was off a lot before. I've been sitting here looking at it, trying to figure out what to do next. Yeah. So we have two options. We can either start putting together the whole rear axle, or we could try to see how much more of the body, like take apart the actual gator body now and start, you know, test fitting, because like this is where the end of the dash is supposed to hit, and then this has to go down over top of the 212 that I'm hoping to put in here, and then back up so it doesn't, or, you know, connect it. I don't know, I haven't decided on that part yet. You scared the crap out of me.
Yeah, scared out of me.
Okay. I'm gonna weld this part back together.
Yep.
See that on him?
Mhm.
I'm gonna weld that back together.
Okay, welcome back, everybody.
And then we'll go from there, because then it'll be a frame again. Okay, so I have decided that before I go any further, I'm gonna weld this and this, at least, I don't know, this part of it and that part of it, top and bottom, so we don't have, I don't know, I'm just gonna weld it up a little bit, so this part at least is strong still. And we'll go from there, and yeah. I don't know what I'm doing after that. Probably the rear axle or body. I haven't figured that part out yet, but I'm gonna weld this up. Good to go. Weld her on. I'm not gonna weld it solid, I don't think, but maybe I will. I don't know. Very undecisive tonight. Still look half decently straight. As far as I can tell, Jimmy John. Okay. I think that'll hold. Kind of looks like a quad again. Wow, I think we may have lost a centimeter or so, you know, by a pow. But because the side step came over, we just attached to the side step. And then I'll box it in there. It'll be double in strength and double strong. It should be strong enough with like a join there and a join there. Should be strong enough, I would think. Okay, let's get on to doing rear axle. First off, let's get it off. Shock too. I got my extra 14 right here. power of Christ compels you. Nice. One really hot bolt. That came out so easy. It was first try. Oop, yep. Made me look bad in front of all my friends. It's raining tonight in British Columbia. I got a feeling if everybody passes out, it might be a late night for me. But as soon as you guys die, I think I'm calling it. Which I don't think will be lucky now. But hey look, the axle's coming out. Alright. Finally, it's the next day. Camera died right after I figured it would. It was getting late. Today, I'll show you what I got done. I pulled the rear axle off, the whole rear assembly. It's on the ground right there. And here, I'll show you what we got. So, it's nice and sunny today. Say hi to Autumn. Hi, Autumn. Thanks for the goggles, sweet pea. So this is what we got. I went over to my other go-kart and I got a sprocket and hub that I already welded up, so I don't have to do that one. And so this is the center section, and this is the axle that came off of it, along with this and this. Okay? So those are the parts that we need to make, and this is the end. We got two of these. And basically, I'm gonna replace the whole back end with a 1-inch axle. These are the bearings I got off my other go-kart. Don't judge me because those are the only bearings that I have here right now, and they're free, so. I got two of those. I got the 1-inch axle from Princess Auto, and what's the other thing? And the hubs. So the next thing we're gonna do in the video, guys, is I'm gonna show you how I make the hubs, the 3-bolt adapt to the 1-inch axle. And yeah, we gotta do that part for next. Okay, so now we got two of these that we cut up. Yep. I got this one on my clamp, and I busted out the caliper. Oh, so what I did was, on the back side here, there's actually like a raised lip that usually sits on inside the rim to help you center the rim. And that's what I'm going off of to actually measure with my caliper that I'm dead in the middle of that. So all I'm doing is I'm putting this here, making sure that it's straight, putting it on this side, making sure that it's straight, like, so basically I'm just making sure that everything is dead level. Here you can use you can use the back of it too. See how it's nice and very close. So that's where I think we're gonna weld this one. And how we're gonna do this, in order to make this dead straight, I'm gonna clamp the locking collar right to one of these hubs, and then we're just gonna tack it in a couple spots, and then we're gonna attach the locking collar and the hub onto the axle, and we're gonna roll it on that table over there because that table is supposedly basically flat. If you got a nice flat table and you attach this onto the end of the axle, you'll see it either hop, move, whatever it's gonna do, you can kind of figure it out rolling it on a table like a push rod. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tack it on. We're gonna roll it on the table like a push rod, make sure it's straight before we weld it solid. And as soon as we weld it solid, okay, on one side, then I got a boring tool that'll do a 1-inch hole, and we'll bore the center out and we'll attach the second locking collar on the back after we know we got the front one centered properly, if that makes sense to you. But that's how I get these dead straight. And the only other thing we have to do is with the boring tool, this is a 1-inch Milwaukee bit that I found at Home Depot. This is what I use to make everything into 1 inches. So if you've ever dealt with these hubs from the Chinese quads, they actually have, it's recessed before it goes to the splines. So it makes it so this actually follows nice and straight. If you can see that. And that is how I bore these hubs out so we can use the disc on the 1-inch axle. We also do that to the sprocket. We can do it the same thing. It's got that nice recessed edge, so this can go through nice and straight. I've never had a problem with them running goofy. You do have to weld them on. There's no keyways on these. Now I'm not going to use the sprocket one on this go around because I have another one that I bought from Princess Auto, and it's got 3 or 4 more teeth. It's just a little bit bigger, which I think it'll help with the grunt. You know, this gator weighs a little bit more than whatever the Chinese frame would weigh. So I'm going to use the one from Princess Auto, and I got to bore this one out too. So I'm going to move right on. I'm going to clear this whole table off and tack weld that hub. And you guys are going to chill and wait for me to do it. Are you going inside with me? Littlefoot wants to be in the video. Right, Autumn? Okay, so we're going to take everything off the bench, Autumn, and put all the parts over here. Oh, broken egg. Okay. So we're going to take all of the ATV parts and we're going to put them over there. Let Daddy get the frame down, okay?
Let's do it.
Okay, watch out. They're going to take the frame down.
Wait, good job.
It held together. It's still a frame. Oh, I can see so much clearer without that. Grab those 2 pieces, Sweet Pea. All right.
Hey, you
Oh, my camera got knocked over. Okay,
that must be drum or something.
Maybe the drum did it. Yeah. We're gonna need Bluey Doobie when we go to bore.
Yep.
Watch on him. Whoa! Out! 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 Your battery's in there, Sweet Pea.
Oh.
We're not plugged in, obviously. Gotta go move that plow for her. She's having a hard time getting by it. Okay, game on. A couple tacks and then we roll. See if she fucking rolls smoothly. Don't worry about it. So there it is, tacked. Here's the axle. Here's our new piece. Let's see if it hops up and down. Because that's what we really want to know. Does it hop up and down? Because if it stays straight, then we can weld that side in. If it did stay straight. Okay, okay. Come on, baby, be straight. No, she's over there. I don't know, I'm watching you anyways, okay?
I'm gonna go there behind the house.
No, you. than the keyway. Nice. Hey, nailed it. She's a straight. How much straighter can you get? So, my camera kept dying, but I did finish the hubs. So that's all that is now. So I got 2 of these, the other one's drying in the sun. And the next thing I'm gonna do real quick is we're gonna go over to the bench, I'm gonna grind out the hub. Where's the hub? Yeah. For the brake disc. This is the next one I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go bore this out. You guys are coming, so. Autumn's has got her lunch going, so she's good. Worked every other time, why wouldn't it work this time? This is the last one, and even if it don't work, I could buy a brake disc from somewhere. But everything's expensive now. For a hub and a disc is like, I don't know, 40 or 50 bucks. All this stuff would add up instead of being free. Like it is, right, you know, if I just scrounge it, it's free. Just saying. I'm just working. Yes! Okay. She's tight, but that's a good thing. There you go. I'm gonna clean this guy up, guys, and I'll be back. So I told you guys, if I had a mistake that I would tell you guys so that you guys didn't have to do the same thing I did. The first time I did the brake, I did it with the drill, and this wasn't straight enough. I don't know where it's off. It looks pretty straight to me. Maybe it looks a little fatter on this side, a little thinner on this side. So already I was like, I don't like it. So I looked at it. Turns out that the sprocket one is the same hub as the Autumn. It's the same one as the brake disc. So I just, instead of reusing this one, I was mad about it, right? I was like, oh, I don't want to use that. Instead of using this one, I drilled out the one for the sprocket because it has the same bolt pattern the disc will fit on too, right? And then after doing it with the drill press this time, it came through way, way straighter. I got it on bearings right now so I can just see how straight it was, you know. That way I can tell. But as far as I can tell, that one worked a lot better. So if you ever have to do this yourself, do what I did the second time and use a drill press. Because the drill, I just didn't get it straight enough. Oh well, live and learn. I just used a little bit of emery cloth underneath it to get it to slide on and off nice and smoothly. I'm happy with it though. what it looks like now. Those are those two pillow blocks. This one's turned around because we have to put the brake bracket in there. Cut it off the other part and throw it in there to hold the brake caliper. That's why that one's turned around. It is what it is. I don't care. It's all underneath the gator. That's basically the right distance for the wheels. And the sprocket's on, disc's on. I threw the shock on for now, just so we could get it lined up kind of. And we're gonna move everything over to there. And the gator, we're gonna line them up, get them over there. I guess I should throw some wheels on this one real quick. So I'll do that real quick. Throw some tires on. And on the back side. Maybe I should have put this on the ground. It's going to be heavy. Hold on a second, guys. Nice. Well, it's a start, right? That's the rears. The back looks beefier. Yeah, I like it. Okay, let's move on to the front real quick. I even left the bolts on it so that I didn't have to piss around too much. 8 inches wider now. This is sick. Okay, we need something to hold it up. I can't wait to see this thing go up. Okay, I'm getting excited. Whoop, whoop. If that don't get you excited, I don't know what will. Right. Why are you even watching this channel if you don't like this thing? This is sick. We definitely need some tie rods. We don't have those yet. Future. The future is friendly. It doesn't seem that way, but it is. Sometimes, maybe not. I'm probably full of shit. Cotter pins too, don't forget. And I could have gone with longer control arms. Sometimes I think about that. I should have just gone longer control arms, but I didn't. Just spaced it in the middle. So we'll see if it works. Well, you know, does it work? I don't know. Will it look stupid? I don't know. I hope not. Do I expect like a lot of travel? No. A couple inches. Whatever that is would be cool. Okay, I'm gonna get this thing all moved over and get the gator lined up for it. And then we'll just start cutting until things fit. Here's the gator body we're using. So, I was looking at this all last night. This is the end of the video, guys. My camera didn't record the outro, so it's the next day. I gotta finish off this video so you guys can see what's going on so far. And basically, I figured out that the back tires that were on it were the right size for the front, and we gotta go bigger on the rear. With the bigger tires on the front, it made the whole front end look a lot better. I might have to lengthen the control arms in the future, but we're gonna run it the way it is for now. Yeah, same thing. We need the back tires are bald and stuff like that. And the whole time I built those 3 hubs, or those 2 hubs for the rear that were the 3 bolts, I'm probably not gonna use either one of them. I'm gonna have to drill out a 4-bolt hub for these back tires to go to that 1-inch axle, because the 3-bolt ones have to go on the front now. Other than that, let's have a quick look, and next time you come back, we'll do more of it, you know? Try to get this into an actual runner. I got a little engine, need a torque converter and stuff like that. So, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate you coming back. Hit like and subscribe. If you know anybody else that's into this kind of go-kart stuff, tell them, hey, there's a guy building Power Wheels gators. I don't know. I'll probably do other bodies in the future. This is just what farmers keep giving me, because they're, you know, kids wear the tires out and they're in good shape. So, thanks, guys. Other than that, cheers from Canada. You guys are awesome. This is cool. That's what it looks like now.